This is my purple belt, which I've just been given by my teacher, Chris Clear, who is a black belt under Roger Gracie.
The martial arts world is no stranger to hierarchy, and within BJJ rank lie 6 different levels of belts, each higher than the last. But one belt, the purple belt, stands out with a unique challenge. It is the hardest.
You're the one up there that got a purple belt.
Yes, sir.
What was that like?
That was good. Definitely didn't see it coming, but I appreciate it.
What's the hardest belt in Jiu-Jitsu? And I think everybody has a different opinion on that. The purple belt is the hardest one.
It's the belt that many consider the crucible, the trial by fire, the moment when practitioners truly come into their own.
You know, if you think of an iceberg, you see the tip. Purple belt, you're setting the tip of the iceberg in place.
But what is it about the belt that sets it apart? Is it the techniques it demands, the mental fortitude it tests, or the stories of triumph and defeat that surround it? Strap in. When starting jiu-jitsu as a fresh-faced white belt and setting foot on the mat for the first time, there's a lot of eagerness to soak up all the knowledge and maneuvers of this ancient art. But as you advance, you'll soon realize that the path ahead is laden with trials. The blue belt stage is where most travelers abandon the expedition. Life's challenges and personal doubts can derail the pursuit of the coveted black belt. Yet, many defied the odds and swarm into the deep waters of the blue belt. Some will take it a bit further and even dip their toes into jiu-jitsu competitions or take on the noble duty of assisting newbies. All to mean that you are coming into your own with some years at your back, even though a nagging doubt whispers in the back of your mind. Could you truly execute the techniques you had learned when facing a real resisting opponent? Then, after working on these nagging whispers of how your techniques need some work and gaining a 4-stripe blue belt during the process, what is next is the purple belt.
But blue belt is the first where you're getting it not arbitrarily because you've achieved something in the eyes of your instructor. What did you do to deserve it? If you know these 15 moves, you're a blue belt.
But what does it mean to don this prestigious purple belt? Donning the purple belt is a crucial point in your jiu-jitsu journey, where you might find yourself standing at a crossroads, wondering if you have what it takes to continue this demanding path. At this stage, you may feel like you're stuck in a perpetual loop of learning and honing your techniques.
And then when you get the purple belt, that's the belt that many times you feel you're not learning enough. You feel like your jiu-jitsu is stuck.
You've come a long way from that white belt, but you're not quite at the black belt finish line. Many practitioners, even the most dedicated ones, find themselves grappling with doubts during their purple belt years.
As a white belt, you didn't know anything. As a blue belt, you start developing your game. And then as a purple belt is normally the belt that you feel stuck on your game. You feel like, oh man, I'm not improving jiu-jitsu anymore. But that's not true, you are improving.
The motivation that once burned brightly begins to flicker, and the path ahead seems long and uncertain. This is when the temptation to quit becomes a real and tangible threat. For competitors, the challenges of the purple belt are magnified. The competition brackets grow larger, the opponents tougher, and the pressure more intense. It's a time when you might question whether it's worth continuing or whether you have what it takes to persevere.
You go compete as a purple belt, bracket's huge, there are a lot of people. Purple belt is that very competitive belt. It's kind of like the time that or you're gonna keep going, you're gonna become black belt, or you're gonna give up.
But here's the crucial truth. The purple belt is not just a test of physical skill. It's a test of your mental fortitude. It's the stage where you must dig deep within yourself and find the determination to keep going. It's normal to have moments where you feel stuck, or that you're not improving as rapidly as you once did. These feelings are part of the journey, and every practitioner faces them. Some say that a purple belt possesses knowledge similar to that of a black belt. The only difference is the experience and expertise in the technique.
This is the belt that is more similar now to black belt because now you're starting to problem solve.
And at this level, the level of responsibility increases. Depending on the level of commitment of belts in your academy, you may now find yourself elevated to the status of a coach or mentor.
And really, being a purple belt, to my mind, that is the coaching belt. But you have acquired enough skill, you have a sufficient understanding, where if you wanted to, you could coach.
Many purple belts take on leadership roles within their gyms, and this shift in responsibility benefits both the individual and the academy. For the academy, having purple belts step into teaching positions alleviates the burden on higher-ranking belts who no longer need to shoulder every class and student. White belts and blue belts in particular benefit from having a relatable role model in a purple belt, a practitioner who was in their shoes not long ago.
If I was a white belt, I definitely don't think I'd be that happy to be taken into deep waters by an upper belt over and over and over again. But in this role, we're going to focus a little bit on allowing him to establish a top game, a bottom game, passing, and guard retention.
As a purple belt teacher, you will deepen your understanding of jiu-jitsu and its intricate mechanics. While you may know how to execute a flawless triangle choke, teaching a new white belt will force you to dissect and articulate the why behind your techniques. Moreover, the purple belt phase unleashes your inner curiosity, experimentation, and innovation. You might find yourself venturing into unorthodox setups, exploring stylish submissions, or even pioneering your own unique techniques. It's a creative stage where the boundaries of tradition are stretched and your individuality as a practitioner shines through. All these could pose as too much of a burden for some individuals. It could lead to training less and less, and maybe even consider quitting.
The biggest thing you can probably have through your entire journey is a white belt mentality, that you're going to come in every session, you're going to try your hardest, you're going to train, you're going to leave your ego at the door, and you're just going to be improving.
To meet the challenges faced in purple belt, you must supplement your training regimen. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's about finding what complements your journey. Focus on enhancing your stamina through activities like running,
out on the road or on the trail. It ended up being part of my life.
Swimming, or tailored workouts. Regardless of your aspirations to be a jiu-jitsu legend or not, foster a competitive mindset. You don't have to enter tournaments to cultivate this mentality. However, treat your roles with less passivity. Welcome the challenge of sparring with upper belts and invite the intensity that comes with it. Embrace every opportunity for extra training that arises, even if it means venturing beyond your academy. Testing your skills against different purple and blue belts can provide fresh perspectives and opportunities for growth. The biggest mistake you can make in your jiu-jitsu journey is giving up. Even if life demands limit your training time, don't stop entirely. Keep the flame of your passion burning, even if it's just once a week or every other week. Remember that every time you overcome the urge to quit, you become stronger, not only as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, but as a person. Life is filled with moments that test our determination and commitment. The purple belt phase in jiu-jitsu is one such moment. It's when the journey ahead may seem daunting, but it's also where your dedication will be rewarded.